I had a nice little presentation today. Had a PowerPoint and everything, and I got here and it kind of just made me think, you know what? I'm sure they've heard a lot of information about a lot of different things today, and I want to make this more of a engaging conversation that we're having with each other. Rather than me telling you the information that I know, I want to help you and maybe position you to take charge of your life the way that I know that you can, and maybe you know that you can, but you just haven't quite discovered yet. So I did write a whole bunch of questions that I would love for anyone to maybe shout out an answer, or maybe even just have some more engaging conversation, and give you my viewpoint on some of those things, and maybe your own scenarios or your own little case studies of your lives that can help another person in here, or that can maybe even just reinforce to yourself, I need to do better, and I need to take charge of what I can take charge of. So the first thing I want to talk about is kind of put a scenario in your head of getting out of bed, and when you move, you get up out of bed, all of a sudden, you feel that little crack in your knee. You know, it takes a second, all the vertebrae in your spine start to crack, and maybe your shoulders, maybe you gotta roll your shoulders a little bit just to get your body warmed up. Is anyone in here like that? Oh, everybody? Okay, got it. Now, why do you think that is? Why do you think that happens? So you've been at rest, right? You haven't been moving, right? And so it takes a second for your body to say, hey, let's get her going, right? Could that be possibly happening the whole day? Yes, right? It could possibly be happening the whole day. If we sit still, your body starts to rest, and your body starts to like the position that it's in. And so then what happens is, when it's time to move, your body's like, yeah, let's give it a second here, buddy, right? So when that does happen in the morning, we get very good evidence of that. It's happening in the day, whether we like it or not, if we're not moving, right? There's nothing wrong with that per se, but if we continue to not move, there may be some detrimental things that happen at that point, right? So obviously you guys have been moving all day, right? You've had Orlando, you just danced for a little bit, and I want you to think about how you feel right now, just right now. Take 1 second, think about how your body feels. You may still feel like, you know what, I'm kind of tired, right? Some of you guys may say, you know what, I've moved a lot, and I feel pretty good. But I want you to take an assessment right now. Give a 10-second assessment from your toes to your nose. How do you feel right now? Is there anything tight in your body? Is there anything that's it's a little stiffer than normal? Or, you know what, my neck has been hurting lately. Just take an assessment right now. And raise your hand when you got that feeling, right? What's in your head? It's taken some of you guys a little bit longer to assess than others. That's all right, right? Now, what I want you to do is think about, let's say you said, my knee hurts, or maybe it's my lower back, right? I want you to start to move that particular area of your body right now. So let's say it's a stiff neck. Maybe you can move your head back and forth this way, right? Maybe it's your lower back. Maybe you push your butt behind you and bring it back forward, and you just get a nice little stretch there. Right? Maybe it's your shoulder, so you rotate it this way. What you're doing is essentially lubricating the body, and I think you've heard this a lot today, is that movement or exercise is medicine. So when you move your body, when you are stretching out in the morning, when you are saying, oh man, I need to stretch a little bit, you're giving your body medicine, right? And if you don't dose that correctly, you may overdo it, or you may underdo it, right? And so we need to always have an idea of how our body feels, regardless if we have Parkinson's, if we don't have Parkinson's. That needs to be part of your life the rest of your life. Now, with that being said, if you can stand up, I'd like you to stand up, right? If you can't, don't worry about it. If you don't want to, don't worry about it. But what I want you to do is we're gonna start to wake up the body, even though it's probably been awake. All I need you to do is lightly stomp on the ground so you can feel small vibrations going up your foot, from the bottom of your foot up your leg, right? And you can do this sitting down too. Both of these things make sense, right? But I want you to stomp the ground hard enough to where you can feel the ground giving you feedback, right? And what's happening is you're playing with gravity and ground reaction forces right now, right? Because both of those things act on your body at all times, right? Gravity, which I think we all are somewhat familiar with, because if we're not, some of you guys would be able to fly, and I don't see that happening right now. But we're all familiar with gravity. As soon as something gets thrown up, it's gonna come down eventually, right? So you're playing with gravity by stomping your feet on the ground. Ground reaction is the ground acting upon you once you give force into that, right? And so some of you guys, when you stomp your feet, you're like, oh, it's kind of waking up my feet. It's kind of waking up my calves. And it may wake up the rest of your body too. So you can go ahead and, actually we're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna do one more thing, right? I want to explain to you how your body is connected from your foot to the top of your head, right? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stand shoulder width apart with our feet if we can, right? You're gonna take your right hand, and I'll face this way too. Right, you're gonna take your right hand, you're gonna open your palm up, you're gonna pay attention to your middle finger, and you're gonna rotate behind you as far as you can. Look at your middle finger and find a spot that middle finger is pointing to. And remember that spot, right? Go back as far as you can, find what that middle finger's pointing to, remember that spot, right? We got it? We all good? Come back to normal. I want you to take your left foot, right, and I want you to slightly roll it outside, right, so like you're rolling your ankle, right? You're gonna roll your left foot, and you're gonna keep the inside of your foot up. You don't get to put that foot on the ground. So you're gonna roll that foot. Now you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna take your palm up, you're gonna go reach behind as far as you can, and see if you can find that spot again. Did you find that spot?
No.
If you found that spot, something's wrong.
You put your foot down.
Right? You should be much more limited in the amount you can rotate behind you.